In Cyberpunk 2077's Phantom Liberty, players can delve into a vast array of builds, from the shadowy maneuvers of stealthy netrunner configurations and the raw power of Doomslayer shotgun setups, to the refined precision of pistol styles that evoke the spirit of the legendary gunslinger Johnny Silverhand. However, if your tastes are inclined towards the classic military ethos, craving a traditional soldier fantasy that offers a balanced mix of combat proficiency, versatility, and the capability to deliver decisive strikes at any distance, then the build I'm eager to showcase will resonate with you. It's designed for those who savor the role of a well-rounded commando, one who's ready to dominate the battlefield in Night City. Building on this foundation, I'm excited to showcase a personal favorite that can withstand the most rigorous challenges of the game's highest difficulty settings. The Assault Rifle Commando build focuses exclusively on two weapon types, Assault Rifles and SMGs. At its core is the iconic Kyubi X-Mod 2 Assault Rifle, renowned for its exceptional long-range capabilities, paired with the short-range powerhouse, the Fenrir SMG. This formidable combination benefits from a strategic allocation of skill points, exploiting the overlapping perks in the Assault Rifle and SMG skill trees, which in turn allows for the reinforcement of other vital components of the build. By boosting survivability, enhancing grenade effectiveness, and refining our cyberware setup, we develop a coordinated set of skills that ensures our dominance in any combat situation. This build is a testament to speed, agility, and durability, designed to let you maneuver the battlefield with ease, transitioning smoothly from cover to cover. It's as effective for long-range sniping as it is for close-quarters havoc, capable of dismantling mechs and overpowering formidable opponents with sheer firepower. And for AoE damage, incendiary grenades add that extra kick, cementing this super soldier build's all-rounder status. With every component, from perks and cyberware to your arsenal, working in concert, you're guaranteed a powerful, synergistic playstyle that lets you dominate any combat situation. I'll be showcasing this build in action on the toughest difficulties, giving you a real-time look at its prowess in Night City. So without further ado, let's jump right in and get started. Diving headfirst into the core of our commando build, we focus on the attributes and perks that form the bedrock of our combat strategy. We're honing in on three pivotal areas: reflexes, technical ability, and body, that will shape our commando into a formidable force on the streets of Night City. I'll guide you through the intricacies of these attributes, highlighting how our chosen perks can not only enhance individual capabilities, but also interlock to produce a sum greater than their parts, a true testament to synergy. This foundational groundwork is just the prelude. We will further amplify our combat potential with state-of-the-art cyberware, well, at the cost of our sanity, and a tailored armory of mods and attachments to complement our chosen weapons. Stay with me as we meticulously construct the quintessential warrior, one tactical layer at a time. Starting with the most important attribute for this build, let's take a closer look at reflexes. It's very essential to start investing points in reflexes right from the start, because it contains all the essential weapon skills for assault rifles and SMGs. Unlocking this attribute gives you access to a variety of powerful perks, each significantly boosting your gameplay. You'll notice your damage increasing, your weapons handling more smoothly, and your stamina lasting longer, which directly improves your weapon's accuracy. Managing your stamina is key in Cyberpunk 2077, as running out of stamina can make your gun harder to control and increase recoil. When paired with the Kyubi Assault Rifle, armed with its bespoke mod and the right cyberware, these perks create an unparalleled synergistic effect. This makes for ridiculously stable handling, virtually eliminating recoil. We'll delve into the specifics of this deadly combination in a later segment, so stick around to see how these elements come together to redefine shooting mechanics in the game. As you advance through the reflexes tree, focusing on the Assault Rifle and SMG perks, don't underestimate the importance of movement abilities. They truly can redefine your gameplay. Although some perks are geared towards melee enthusiasts and can be bypassed, securing the air dash perk early can be a transformative decision. It completely alters how you navigate the verticality and complexity of Night City, adding a layer of dynamism to both your exploration and your tactical combat approach. Prioritizing these movement skills from the start isn't just about the thrill. It gives you a strategic advantage, letting you dodge and reposition with the agility of a cyber-enhanced ninja. It's an investment that pays dividends from the moment you unlock it. Moreover, the movement perks from the reflexes tree are further enhanced by the Kerenzikov Cyberware. This advanced technology layers additional tactical depth into combat, granting you the power to slow down time while aiming during slides and dashes. It's a game changer for precision targeting, transforming nearly impossible shots into moments of headshot artistry. In synergistic harmony with the air dash ability, the double jump Cyberware elevates an ordinary leap into an acrobatic maneuver, propelling your agility to new heights. This potent combination transcends mere speed. It's about strategically redefining the battlefield on your terms. As we delve into the technical ability tree, its vital role becomes evident. It's the bedrock of Cyberware enhancement, which in Phantom Liberty serves as our armor. This tree substantially amplifies your Cyberware capabilities and enhances the effectiveness of both passive and active Cyberware skills, including the previously mentioned Kerenzikov and double jump abilities. From the beginning of your adventure, it's crucial to direct perk points into the central branch, where Cyberware skills are located. This not only provides valuable boosts early in the game, but also paves the way for unlocking the Edge Runner perk promptly, a game-changing ability that basically allows us to equip an additional iconic piece of Cyberware and enables us to trigger a powerful Cyber Psycho state, significantly amplifying your combat prowess. Having touched on Cyberware perks, let's now focus on the essential Cyberware for our Commando build. There are a few core pieces that are indispensable, while other choices will depend on the luck of the draw-in game, your budget, and personal playstyle preferences. However, as a rule of thumb, your initial Cyberware should be in sync with your early attribute allocations. For instance, if you've primarily invested in reflexes, Cyberware attuned to this attribute will provide the greatest stat or passive boosts. The first piece of Cyberware you'll want to acquire is the Kerenzikov. As we've discussed before, this Cyberware is a cost-effective Sandevistan alternative and more than sufficient for our needs. It slows time with every dash aim, allowing you to effortlessly dispatch enemies, often rendering the need for a full Sandevistan moot. This can be further optimized with the Air Kerenzikov perk from the Reflexes attribute tree and two additional pieces of Cyberware I'd suggest, the Defenzikov and the Kerenzikov boost system. Another non-surprise is the reinforced tendons, which are essential for the much-discussed double jump that harmonizes with the air dash ability. For optics, I stand by the Cockatrice optics, which are unparalleled in amplifying your critical hit rate. And of paramount importance is the immovable force hand Cyberware, a cornerstone of this build. Its synergy with our Assault Rifle, when paired with a certain mod we'll cover later, is remarkable. It grants consistent behind-cover triggered effects and dramatically improves the stability of our already highly stable rifle, pushing it to the brink of being overpowered. Before we move on, let's consider two quick recommendations for non-essential Cyberware that could be beneficial. First, in terms of operating systems, and as I've previously mentioned, the Kerenzikov alone satisfies the needs of this build, thus eliminating the necessity for a traditional Sandevistan. Consequently, I favor the Chrome compressor to enhance my Cyberware capacity. At Tier 5, this grants an additional 40 units of Cyberware capacity, which is quite substantial. Essentially, this allows for the equipping of another powerful iconic Cyberware piece, making this build even more formidable. When it comes to ARM Cyberware, the choice largely depends on personal preference and the specific stats or type of damage you're aiming to enhance, since an additional weapon isn't essential for this build. Personally, I lean towards the Thermal Gorilla arms because they not only augment the damage of my primary weapon, supported once more by a particular mod we'll discuss later, but also boost the power of my preferred grenades. On the other hand, for those who focus on electrical damage, the electrifying monowire presents itself as an exceptional alternative that harmonizes well with Fenrir's damage type. Now, let's circle back to attributes and perks. We've already discussed the importance of investing early in reflexes and technical ability to access the most crucial level 20 perks for our weapons, movement abilities, and Cyberware, which are the core of our Commando build. As we advance to the mid-game, or sooner depending on your preference, you may choose to start investing points to enhance your grenades and survivability. These are the other two components to finish up this build. making our commando a versatile, tanky, adaptable super soldier in Night City. These subsequent perks and attributes complement one another, amplifying the potency of our health potions and grenades to nearly overpowered levels. You'll find these perks on the left side of the tech tree and in the middle of the body tree. Starting with the left side of the tech tree, here, the perks greatly enhance our health potions and grenades, improving cooldowns and potency, and allowing for the use of more powerful consumables more frequently. For health potions, I opt for the Cyberware variant, Blood Pump, as it is more powerful than traditional health potions. In this way, I can capitalize on the previously mentioned perks that significantly buff health potions, using a potion that is already super powerful by itself, maximizing synergy. The potions will be further buffed by the body attribute perks we will talk about later, making us extremely durable. Next, with grenades, my preference leans towards the thermal variant, the incendiary grenades. By themselves, they're incredibly potent, dealing incredible AoE damage and enabling us to take on large packs of enemies at once. However, much like the central theme of this build, synergy, can be found here as well. There are multiple layers of synergy, particularly in how it interacts with our main weapon, the Kyubi Assault Rifle. Again, through another specific mod on our weapon, which I will detail later in the weapons and mods section, we can give our bullets a chance to deal thermal damage. This means that both our weapon and grenade will benefit from the same Cyberware boost to thermal damage increase. This is the first layer of synergy. The next layer of synergy is because our modded assault rifle does explosive thermal damage. It will also activate the Pyromania perk, which temporarily buffs all explosive damage, decreases grenade cooldowns, and provides us with a mitigation buff. The synergy is indeed incredible here. Finally, let's shift our focus to the third and final attribute tree of our build, body. We're particularly interested in the middle part of this tree. In the lower row, you'll discover skills that prove incredibly beneficial early in the game. You might consider investing in some of these skills sooner rather than later. As you progress to the late game, the perks within this tree significantly enhance the effectiveness of your health potions. This perk tree is a treasure trove offering up to a 50% extra health as a temporary shield, the ability to further reduce the cooldown of your health potions by defeating enemies, a direct increase to your overall health, and immunity to crowd control effects. These perks are synergistic, working in concert with those from the tech tree as well as our cyberware, combining to fortify our commando's resilience in Night City. Before we move on, let's quickly address the relic skill. There isn't much to elaborate here, but we are particularly interested in vulnerability analytics and machine learning. These skills allow you to target highlighted spots on enemies for extra damage, and enough hits will trigger an AoE EMP explosion, further enhancing the AoE capabilities of our build. To recap, we now have 3 methods to inflict AoE damage: explosive shots from our assault rifle, our incendiary grenades, and lastly, the EMP damage from exploiting vulnerabilities. So that essentially wraps up the perks, attributes, and cyberware facets of our build. As for any leftover attribute points, I recommend funneling them into cool to ramp up our crit damage. Now let's turn our focus to the weaponry of this build. As mentioned throughout this video, our arsenal consists of an assault rifle and an SMG, a duo I deem versatile enough to handle all combat scenarios across various ranges. The Kyubi X Mod 2 particularly shines due to its dual functionality as a precision rifle, which allows for effortless elimination of distant threats like snipers. This weapon is not merely powerful, it's iconic, enabling us to equip 2 mods of our choice to augment its capabilities further. Boasting impressive base stats, an armor-piercing feature, and a unique modifier that ramps up headshot damage by an extra 50%, the Kyubi X Mod 2 is a force to be reckoned with. And the cherry on top? It's relatively easy to get your hands on. You can acquire it as soon as you unlock the Phantom Liberty questline, found in a water-filled pit smack in the center of Dogtown, a spot you're unlikely to overlook. Moving on to the SMG, we've got the iconic Fenrir, a beast in close-quarters battles, capable of mowing down adversaries with remarkable ease. Its iconic modifier not only deals electrical damage, but also has a chance to trigger an EMP effect, knocking out enemy cyberware. And it's also easily obtainable. You can snag this weapon by completing an early side job located here. This beast boasts a high DPS, but comes with a caveat. Strategic use is paramount. It inflicts hefty damage, yet its ammo can vanish quickly if you're not judicious. Therefore, reserve it for the more formidable foes and make each shot count. With these weapons, combined with our movement abilities, cyberware, grenades, and survivability, the outcome is clear. We can effectively dispatch enemies at any range through a myriad of tactics. We're not restricted to any single playstyle. We can dart in and out, run and gun, unleash AoE devastation on our foes, and take precise long-range shots. We can even slow down time when necessary. There's a breadth of options available for our Commando build, turning us into a veritable tank on the battlefield. As for the mods and attachments, the first mod I recommend on our Kyubi X Mod 2 is the Ready Steady mod, as I have already alluded to during the Cyberware section of this build. We briefly talked about how this mod allows us to take full advantage of the immovable force Cyberware, activating effects that would normally only trigger while in cover at all times. To reiterate the effect, the weapon gains a significant boost to its stability and handling, reducing recoil to almost nil. This is a very powerful mod and synergizes well with the Cyberware, forming one of the most important cornerstones of this build, so pick up this mod as early as possible. The second mod I recommend is the Firecracker mod, which you can craft after defeating the early boss Chimera in Phantom Liberty. This mod adds thermal damage and explosive splash damage to your shots. As mentioned earlier, the splash damage can trigger the Pyromania buff from the tech attribute tree, maintaining the buff and enhancing the synergy of our build, thus boosting both our survivability and damage potential. Moreover, buffs that increase thermal and explosive damage on our cyberware will also amplify our regular gunshots, similar to our grenade damage. This turns our bullets thermal and enhances our AoE potential, making it easier to hit elusive mini-bosses and enemies taking cover, and fitting perfectly with the military commando fantasy. Moving on to attachments, the Kanetsugu scope is my choice for both weapons. It offers a nice buff to our critical damage. This is a short scope, which complements our SMG perfectly, but it's also quite effective on the assault rifle. I've found that it provides the ability to hit targets at a distance comfortably, up to an effective range of almost 70, surpassing most precision rifles. For muzzles, I'm a big fan of the RC7 Varkalak on the Fenrir SMG. It increases both the ricochet chance and angle, making it exceptionally deadly given the high rate of fire. For the assault rifle, the choice really depends on your personal preference. You might opt for a silencer for guaranteed stealth headshots or other types to further reduce recoil or enhance critical damage. Alright, chooms, that wraps up everything I wanted to share about this build. I've been having an absolute blast and thought, why not make a video to spread the joy? Every component, from weapons and perks to cyberware, synergizes seamlessly, creating a playstyle that's both satisfying and flexible, resulting in a build that's greater than the sum of its parts. You're not confined to a single combat approach. You can adapt and excel across all ranges. Equipped with agility, robust self-healing and damage mitigation, you can take out large groups of enemies using powerful grenades. This build gives off some serious Soldier 76 vibes from Overwatch, a character celebrated for his sprint ability, self-healing, and a well-rounded arsenal, which includes an assault rifle and explosive shots. Similarly, our Commando build allows for agility, impressive self-healing, and the ability to run and gun, taking out distant enemies with explosive firepower. Gunplay with this build is straightforward. Aim for those critical headshots or exploit enemy vulnerabilities to tear through adversaries with ease. Remember to utilize every tool in your toolkit. Double jumps, air dashes, Kerenzikov enhanced moves, shields from potions, grenades, AoE bullets, and the EMP SMG Fenrir to sow chaos in Night City and beyond. Faced with teleporting cyber psychos or enemies in cover? Let loose the splash damage from your Kyubi. In need of rapid, high-impact damage? Your SMG is there to ensure your foes don't stand a chance. And don't forget to exploit your Kerenzikov cyberware. Dashing while aiming activates slow motion, allowing for devastatingly precise headshots. As for the third weapon in your arsenal, it's all about personal choice. I often switch between a sniper rifle and a katana, depending on the situation. But honestly, with the powerhouse combo of an assault rifle and SMG, you're already more than well armed to tackle nearly anything that comes your way. You might find you don't really need a third weapon. Night City is your playground, and with this loadout, you're the one making the rules. I hope this guide sparks your interest in trying out this build. If you think I've missed a trick, or if you've stumbled upon other enhancements that could boost this setup, please enlighten us all in the comments below. Remember, this build is flexible and can be tailored to fit your own playstyle. Make it uniquely yours, and most importantly, enjoy making a mess in Night City. If you liked the video, show your support with a like, and consider subscribing for more content like this. And until next time, I will see you in the major leagues. Cheers.